Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. Today we will discuss the applications of enzymes, and the key concepts are: what are the therapeutic application of the enzyme, or how the enzyme act as therapeutic agent, and behavior of enzymes as an analytical reagent, and the diagnostic importance of enzymes, and what are the difference between the plasma specific or plasma functional enzyme and the non-plasma functional enzyme or non-plasma specific enzyme. And lastly, what are the diagnostic enzymes, and how their measurement is important for the onset of certain disease. Certain enzymes are useful as a therapeutic agent, analytical reagents, and in genetic manipulation, and for industrial application as well. In this table, here are represented as few application in terms of therapeutic application and the analytical application of the enzymes while they are acting as the reagent for the estimation of certain compound. Therapeutic applications comprises of like estimation of uh, certain like enzymes, or the working of a certain enzyme is if inhibited in a certain case, like the streptokinase enzyme is important in order to remove the blood clot which is present in the certain region or the organelle of the body. And the asparaginase enzyme is important with respect to cancer therapy. Like papain, it's important that it behaves as anti-inflammatory agent itself. And certainly analytical application for estimation of like glucose. Two enzymes are important. These are the glucose oxidase and peroxidase. And for the estimation of the urease enzyme come into being in order to determine or estimate the presence of urea in like blood or in the urine. And cholesterol is estimated by the cholesterol oxidase enzyme, and so on, like urease and lipase enzyme, like that. Number first is enzymes as therapeutic agents. How enzymes behaves as therapeutic agent for the cureness of certain disease. Like first example is quoted here, streptokinase enzyme. It is prepared from the streptococcus, which is a bacteria, and it's useful for clearing the blood clot. How it will clear the blood clot? Actually, enzyme streptokinase activate the enzyme plasminogen. Plasminogen enzyme is present in the inactivated form. Therefore, due to the presence of streptokinase enzyme, plasminogen is activated to the plasmin, and when plasmin is present in the like clot region or in the organelle, this will act on, or it will attack on the fibrin. Fibrin is in the form of the clot, and therefore this fibrin or the clot will be converted into the small, you can say, entities in a way that they can be in the form of solubilized product, but not in the form of like in the form of clot or in the form of frozen or the compact structures. And second is the enzyme asparaginase, and it is useful in the treatment of leukemias. Leukemias are the cancers. It may be the of blood or the bone marrow cancer. And the tumor cells are dependent on the asparagine on the host plasma for their multiplication. It means that tumor cell will consume the asparagine which is present in the host plasma or in the blood. In this way, the tumor cell will go on to multiplication, or they will divide to form more cell, and therefore the result in the form of the tumor, in the form of cancer. And therefore, by administrating the enzyme, which is the asparaginase, the host plasma level of the asparagine will be reduced, because the asparaginase enzyme will act on the asparagine, and in this way its amount will be present in the less concentration, it will be present in the blood plasma. When its concentration will be reduced, it means that it is no longer present or available for the tumor cell to consume it and to multiply, and therefore this lead to the depression in the viability of the tumor cells. Viability means like progressive functioning, or like progressive multiplication, and the functioning of the tumor cell in that way that they will not be yeah, progressively multiply or divide, and the tumor will not be expand. In this way, asparagine amount will be less in the plasma, and definitely there is role of enzyme which is the asparaginase. Next is enzymes as analytical reagents. How enzymes are helpful for the analysis point of view. Some enzymes are useful in the clinical laboratory for the measurement of certain substrates, drugs, or even the activities of the other enzymes. And for this purpose, like the blood sample may be taken, or from that, the investigation will be done on the plasma or the serum. And in this way, the biochemical compound, this compound may be the glucose, which we want to estimate. It may be urea, uric acid, or cholesterol. And in the diagnostic lab, when we will give the sample, and these diagnostic lab will uh, go towards the estimation of glucose, urea, and uric acid and cholesterol levels in the blood. And it can be more accurately and specifically estimated by the enzymatic procedures compared to the conventional chemical method. And in this way, these type of the compounds will be estimated, their quantitative amount will be estimated by the enzymatic procedures. A good example is the estimation of the plasma glucose by the help of enzyme, which is the glucose oxidase and peroxidase method. And therefore, the glucose is estimated in the blood by the collective action of two enzymes, which are the glucose oxidase and the peroxidase. Number next are the application of the immobilized enzymes. Before going towards the immobilized enzyme, you must know what is the immobilization. And immobilization is in fact the prevention of something from moving, or like operating its normal activity. And therefore it's the restriction of the movement of certain substance, and in this way there is immobilization of the enzyme, or the restriction of enzymes to a specific you can say place, region, strip, like that. Enzymes can be used as the catalytic agents in the industrial and the medical applications. And for this purpose, some of the enzymes are immobilized by binding them to a solid insoluble matrix, and this binding process will be in that way that the enzyme will be bind with a solid sport or a certain matrix, certain gel material, and these have properties like that they will not react with the enzyme. In this way they will not affect the enzyme stability, will not degrade enzyme, will not denature enzyme, and also such type of the immobilizing materials, they will not affect the catalytic activity of the enzyme. And for this purpose, beaded gels and the cyanogen bromide activated saccharose, these type of materials are commonly used for the immobilization of enzymes. And saccharose is used as like preparation of agarose, and it is used as a gel in various separation techniques like chromatography, electrophoresis, and in a way that these gels or the agarose materials are used for the immobilization of enzymes. And the bound enzymes can be preserved. These immobilized or bound enzymes to a certain matrix material, they can be preserved for a long period of time, and in this way they will show their catalytic activity for a long period of time, and there will be no loss in it. Next is glucose oxidase and peroxidase, and they are immobilized and coated on the strip of paper, and they are used in the clinical laboratory for the detection of glucose in urine sample. Like first of all, whatsoever glucose concentration is present in the urine, the enzyme oxidase will act on it, and there is formation of gluconic acid. But along with the gluconic acid, hydrogen peroxide is also produced, and on this hydrogen peroxide, enzyme peroxidase, which is also bound or the immobilized on the piece of paper or the strip of paper, and it will be changed into water, but simultaneously it will release oxygen, and this oxygen will be used to oxidize the orthotolidine, and the orthotolidine is colorless compound, but after getting oxidized or taking oxygen from the hydrogen peroxide, which have been converted into water, and therefore orthotolidine will get converted into oxidized toluidine, and it will impart blue color, and the color of blue, if the color of blue color is more intense or present, as that its intensity is high, that it means that in turn it will depends on the concentration of first glucose, and which in back turn will depend on the concentration of glucose present in the urine sample. Hence, the strip this made method is useful for the semi-quantitative estimation of the glucose in urine. It means that uh, not using the chemicals like in the diagnostic laboratories, these strip methods, like in a clinical laboratories, they provide the major uh, conclusion or towards the semi-quantitative estimation of the not the complete but the semi quantitative estimation for the glucose level in the urine. Next is the diagnostic importance of enzymes. And the estimation, it means that enzyme is estimated in the biological fluids. And these fluids are plasma or the serum. And these estimation of enzymes activity in these fluids, it's of great clinical importance. Like enzymes in the systemic circulation or the bloodstream, they are generally divided into two groups. Number first is the plasma functional enzymes or the plasma dependent enzyme, and second one is the plasma non-functional enzymes. Plasma specific or plasma functional enzyme, what are they? Like certain enzymes are normally present in the plasma and they have specific function to perform. And it means that they are present in the plasma, and their presence is for like performing the specific function in the blood plasma. And generally, these enzymes activities are these enzymes have more or proficient or active in plasma than in the tissues, and they are mostly synthesized in the liver and enter the circulation. It means that their main synthesis is carried out in the liver, but they are put into the circulation. And examples are lipoprotein lipase enzyme, plasmin, thrombin, choline esterase, and the ceruloplasmin. Number next is non-plasma specific or the plasma non-functional enzymes. It means that they must be not present like in a plasma. And these enzymes are either totally absent or present at a very low concentration in plasma compared to their level which is found in the various tissues. And like the digestive enzymes of the gastrointestinal tract, and these digestive enzymes comprised of amylase, lipase, pepsin, trypsin, and they are present in the plasma. They are known as the secretory enzymes, and all the other plasma enzymes associated with the metabolism of cells, they are collectively referred to as the constitutive enzyme. It means that all other enzymes like plasma related enzymes which are associated with the certain metabolism of the cells, they are overall called as constitutive enzyme like lactate dehydrogenase, transaminase, acid and alkaline phosphatase, and creatine phosphokinase. And the importance of non-plasma specific enzyme is that estimation of the activities of the non-plasma specific enzyme, it is very important for the diagnosis and the prognosis of the several diseases. It means that disease may be in the present in the body or may be present or show its symptom after a certain period of time. And for this diagnosis purpose, non-plasma specific enzymes, which are which have higher concentration in body tissue instead of plasma, their activities are important. And the normal serum level of enzyme indicates the balance between its synthesis and release in all routine cell turnover. It means that yes, enzymes are present in the like optimum concentration in the body. They are degraded and they are synthesized all the time, and therefore balance is maintained between the synthesis they need and then their release in the routine cell turnover. And in this way, the normal serum level of enzymes they maintained, and the raised enzymes level should be due to the cellular damage. Raised concentration means as enzymes level they become high, and it could be due to the cellular damage. Cell may be damaged, increased rate of the cell turnover, or and the proliferation of the cell again damaging and such type of the behavior, and increase the synthesis of enzyme. If the enzyme is not required, but it's going on towards the synthesis, and therefore overall its level will be raised. And serum enzymes are conventionally used as the markers to detect the cellular damage, and which ultimately help in the diagnosis of disease. And what are the marker? In fact, these are the biomarkers, and they are the molecule or gene or any other characteristics by which a particular like pathological or the physiological process disease they can be identified. And in this way the enzymes act as a biomarker, and they are helpful in the like estimation, or you can say in the identification or the diagnosis of the certain diseases. There are list of the diagnostic enzymes. I have chosen some enzymes which are very important in the body. Like number first is the amylase. The activity of the serum amylase is increased in acute pancreatitis. It means that this is the disease which is related to the pancreas non, you can say the pancreas is don't perform its like normal function, and it's in fact a sudden inflammation or swelling of the pancreas, and it is the causes may be the gallstone or the heavy alcohol usage, like there may be certain blood related disease or trauma, or the mumps may be also be there, and therefore the reference level should be 80 to 180 semogry unit per deciliter of the blood for the amylase. But this in this disease, the serum level of amylase is rise from this reference value, and the peak value is observed within 8 to 12 hours after the onset of this pancreatitis disease, pancreatitis swelling, and after which the pancreas going towards the like normal its size, shape, and the functioning, and it turns to normal by the third or the fourth day. And the elevated activity of the amylase enzyme is also found in the urine of the patient of the acute pancreatitis. So then it means that the urine level of the amylase level in the urine is also become high. And serum amylase is also important for the diagnosis of the chronic pancreatitis, acute parotitis like mumps, and the obstruction of the pancreatic duct. And it means that these all are interrelated malfunctioning of the body tissues, and therefore the activity or the level of enzyme amylase is important for the functioning or the proper shape and the size of the pancreas, and proper functioning of the pancreatic duct as well. Next enzyme is the alanine transaminase, ALT, SGPT, and SGPT stands for serum glutamic pyruvic transaminase enzyme. And for the diagnostic lab, these in the report, the level is written as for SGPT and SCOT. These two enzymes are very important for the functioning of proper functioning of the heart and the proper functioning of the liver. And therefore, SGPT is elevated. It means that it levels rises in acute hepatitis, which is related to the like liver functioning. And hepatitis is why hepatitis occurs. Hepatitis is due to the when the liver don't function properly, and there is inflammation of the liver in hepatitis. And in most of the cases, it's seen that viruses are the main uh, are the responsible for the cause of hepatitis. And its types are different, like A, B, C, and so on. And therefore, it results in the jaundice, cirrhosis. It's the late stage of the scarring fibrosis of the liver, which is caused by many forms of liver diseases and conditions, such as collectively as hepatitis and chronic alcoholism, a person which is used to take much quantity of the alcohol. And therefore, the reference value is 3 to 40 IU, international uh, units of enzymes. And therefore, the SGPT level rises from these reference value. And next is, it means that if SGPT level rises, it means that liver is not performing the proper function. There is inflammation of the liver. Liver may be damaged by the attack of the virus. And as caught, it's the serum glutamic oxaloacetic transaminase, and its activity in the serum is increased in case of myocardial infarction, and which is related to the disease which is related to the heart. In this way, the heart will not function properly. There is problem in the muscles of heart, and in certain cases there is also problem in the valves of the heart. And therefore it's also in certain liver diseases, and reference value should be very low, which is 4 to 45 IU per L. And therefore it may be noted that SGPT is more specific for the diagnosis of liver diseases, while SCOT is important for the heart diseases, proper function of the heart strength of heart muscles, heart like valve. And this is mainly because of their cellular distribution. They are more distributed in like blood, in the heart and in the liver. And therefore, SGBT is a cytosomal enzyme, whereas SCOT is found in the cytosol and the mitochondria. Location is different. And next is the lactate dehydrogenase enzyme, and it's written as the LDH. And LDH is useful for the diagnosis of myocardial infection, infective hepatitis, and leukemia, muscular dystrophy, which is dystrophy is the group of diseases that causes progressive weakness and the loss of muscle mass, muscle strength, and therefore it interfere abnormal genes will interfere with the production of the protein which is needed to form the healthy muscles. Therefore healthy muscles will not be formed due to the because such type of proteins are not available. And therefore leukemia, like the I have told you earlier, like blood or the bone marrow cancer, and the muscular dystrophy. And therefore the serum LDH reference value should be 50 to 200 IU. But in these diseases, LDH level, which consists of many small enzymes, etc. Uh, and therefore, these multiple enzymes, their level rises or fall in certain disease conditions. Next is alkaline phosphatase, ALP, and it is elevated in the certain bone and liver diseases, and the reference value should be 3 to 13 Ka units per deciliter. And ALP, alkaline phosphatase, it's useful for the diagnosis of the rickets, uh, carcinoma of bone, and the obstructive jaundice. And carcinoma is the type of the cancer, and it starts in the cell that make up mainly the skin or the tissues which are lining the organs, like tissues which are lining or keeping the main liver, kidneys, and like other types of the cancers, carcinomas are abnormal cells, and they divide very rapidly and without any control. And next is acid phosphatase enzyme, ACP, and it is increased in the cancer of the prostate gland. And for this purpose, tartrate labile, ACP, acid phosphatase, is useful for the diagnosis purpose and the prognosis of the prostate cancer. And ACP is also a good marker, a good tumor marker for detection of the tumor. It's all for today's lecture. I hope you will understand it in a very well way. Try to understand the diagnostic importance of these enzymes like amylase, LDH, acid phosphatase, alkaline, and so on, because these enzymes, their levels are important in order to investigate that there may be certain disease may be onset or the prognosis of the certain disease, and how the liver, heart are performing the proper function. And for the assignment, you have to prepare the applications of restriction endonucleases and the polynucleotide kinase enzymes. I hope you will understand, and you will listen the recording, and you will go through all these lectures. And best wishes, and Allah Hafiz student. Be confident, and Allah will do inshallah better for you. Don't take stress or tension in these uncertain moments. Best wishes, and Allah Hafiz.